Oh my god, it's Super Smash Bros. Melee, because every other game apparently it's not Melee. Where is it? Super Smash Bros. Melee, released only 2 years after the first Super Smash Bros. Games. Because, if a game does really good, we gotta make a sequel about it, because where would we be if we just didn't do that? Also, so, yeah, but Super Smash Bros. Melee is kind of overrated, because people love to say it's the best Smash Bros. Game. Not exactly, because, other people like other Smash Bros. Games, of course. So, we're going to talk about Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's a very interesting title, but I can't wait to talk about it. Also, the It's Not Melee joke was created by Nathaniel Bandy. That's a pretty clever joke, honestly. Anyway, let's get on to the video. Super Smash, and yes, finally, after 2 years or so, you get your sequel to Smash Bros. 64. Smash Bros. Melee, which is a big improvement over the first game. I mean, let's be honest, the graphics are great, and I can actually see the characters better than just polygons. What's not to love about this sequel, besides not liking vertical stages? That's a whole thing they decided to do as well. Essentially, it's basically a better version of the game, with more characters, better graphics, better UI, controls, more stages, obviously. It's just Smash 64, but we improved on it and added way more. What, you expect a sequel to do. Unlike. And the character roster is pretty good. You got characters like Peach, Bowser, Zelda finally making their Smash Bros. Series debut. And this was the first Smash game to introduce Fire Emblem. Unlike the newer games where we just add way too much, way too fast, this one's at a more tame too. Not adding too much at once, essentially. Finally going a lot more. We're taking it a little easier this time. Dr. Mario is also a character. And in classic mode, it's essentially pretty good. You got 2 regular stages and a bonus stage that you can just choose to ignore because you didn't want to do it anyways. Yeah, I know. It's like target smash or like an obstacle course. Essentially, yeah, if I don't do it, I'm not going to get that big of a score. Oh boy. Every round is kind of like, use a character, you go up against enemies that seem to fit what you're going up against for an enemy, essentially. Like Mario. After every classic mode run, your final boss is Master Hand, which, at least in the earlier games, was definitely a lot easier to beat him, mostly because you didn't have, a lot of his attacks like nowadays, but he's still pretty good challenge, for what the bosses could do back then in the days of Melee. It was still very fun to go up against this boss and just be like, oh my god, this is just incredible. Not like nowadays where there's way too many attacks. And also the adventure mode. It's pretty good. I mean, basically, you're running through the Mushroom Kingdom, Donkey Kong, Underworld, Zelda, Kirby, essentially, on a big adventure. Definitely a different take than just regular fighting. You're still doing that, but it's awesome combining some 2D platforming, which is nice, but, there's still one significant problem with adventure mode. Unfortunately, it's literally the exact same route every time. You can play as any other character, it's just be the exact same route. Unfortunately, it's not say, classic mode in ultimate where it's always a different route for every character. Not here, it's the exact same thing every time, so you're not going to be finding too much creativity along that line. Now the events are really cool because you never know what you could affect. You can go up against a bunch of smaller characters you have to defeat. You can have to protect a certain character. Seeing 2 characters that would never team up going against an evil version of another character. Honestly, you don't know what to expect, really. That's kind of the beauty of event matches. They're like objective-based smashing, where instead of just smashing the opponent and defeating them in a battle, you gotta do the objective while doing that. It's very funny and neat take on Smash Bros. Would be cool if we make our own, but what it gives us a lot of variety, and it's just very fun overall to play. Some of them you can pick your own character, while some already have predetermined characters for you to play as against other characters, which is nice. So it really changes it up of maybe you play as characters you never really play as much. I mean, come on, this is on the GameCube. I don't know the controls that well, okay? I never played it. Also, speaking of, the stage selection is pretty good. Yeah, there's so many Mario stages because Golden Boy, Mario, Nintendo, it's not the 90s anymore, as much as you wanted to admit it. I don't think we need, half the stages just being Mario or Nintendo related. We get it, okay? Maybe get some more stages to Captain Falcon or Kirby. All the stage selection is pretty nice, though. I forgot some of the stages, but let's just say there's a good selection. Overall, despite it's one of the best, it's really good Smash Bros. Game in the series. Whenever you talk about the best Smash Bros. Game, it feels like half the people just gonna be like, it's Melee, it's the best. Melee's good, but it's kind of overrated when you're just bringing that up and you never really give any other games a chance. I mean, still pretty fun to play. It's good. I recommend playing it if you can find it for cheap because it's pretty damn expensive on the internet. So you're probably better off with an emulator or something else. I swear, these games are just very expensive. Go play this game. Overall, Super Smash Bros. Melee, great game. Just, it's not the first one I play, mostly because it's way too expensive for me to buy in the first place, but overall, still a very interesting game and definitely evolved the Super Smash Bros. Series to help it become what it is today, and that is awesome. I'll see you next time for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Diant, Pokemon, and video games. I'll see you next time. See ya.